Ladies and gentlemen, GPeC Summit is live and running. We have so many international guests here at our event, and I have the pleasure to introduce to you Peter Kloibhofer. Hello, Peter.
Hello, nice to meet you. Good
nice to
be
meet
here.
you as well. How was the event so far?
It's very interesting. It's interesting topics, a lot of interesting people to meet, so definitely worth coming here, yeah?
Enjoying Romania, right?
Yes, definitely, as always.
So, Peter, tell me a little bit what customer support represents in the digital era.
Well, you know, it's plays a more and more vital role, because as a lot of companies are more and more speaking about customer centricity, and as we are the first touch point to the customers, we are not just solving the issues of the customers, but we're also a main driver for innovation and for revenue, as we are usually the first touch point for the customer, and therefore have our ears directly to the customer's voice.
I was wondering, how do you see now the e-commerce support in the Romanian e-commerce market?
Well, I think e-commerce in Romania at the moment is at a very exciting stage. It's throughout the last years, it's growing rapidly. So this growth usually leads to a phase where it's not just important to win new customers, but to retain existing customers, to make them buy again, and to focus more on customer satisfaction and topics like this. And there I see a growing important role of customer support in terms of helping, putting the customer in the center of all actions, and to drive innovation and revenue, like I mentioned before, yeah.
We have to admit that online stores tend to, keep in-house customer support. So my question is, how do you make sure that your services have the same or maybe better quality than an internal department?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's important for me not just to take over the processes of a partner company, but also to take over the company's culture, because at the end of the day, we are representing also the brand to the outside world. And, customer service is our core business. It's what we do every day. So we have a lot of experience, both on a process side, but also on a technical side. So we enable companies not just only to take over the service, but also step by step helping to continuously improving the customer satisfaction and also their efficiency.
Black Friday is coming here in Romania, and it's always madness, so many orders, so many maybe complaints, people asking for different stuff. What would be your advice in this respect? I mean, do you recommend online shops to go for external solutions in terms of customer support?
Well, an external partner can always support in increasing flexibility, but that's not just the only benefit. It also can help turning fixed costs into variable costs, and also to drive innovation, to really evaluate customer feedback, customer input, and based on that provide the partner company with valuable inputs on how to improve, on how to be more successful in the future. So I don't just see it as a potential for a one-stop support just for Black Friday, but also really for a long-term partnership, strategic partnerships from which both sides can benefit.
How do you see the future, right? Speaking about the future, how do you see the future in this customer support area? How will we work with our clients, with our teams maybe, as we see that innovation and new technologies are revolutionizing all this industry?
That's true, and it's also thrilling to see that from what we've heard yesterday and also today in the presentation here on this event. E-commerce is now the new driver of innovation also for customer service. So one big point that will be more and more important will be using digital channels for customer support, like chats, social media and so on, to really provide one omni-channel solution where the customer has the same experience no matter what channel he uses. And another trend we see that's already existing but will be strong in the upcoming years is also a trend towards self-service. We know it also from the e-commerce sector. When you order a product, you want to track your order, you want to check every day when does my package arrive. So customers are already used to use self-service solution, and this will become more and more and stronger for the future. Both increasing the customer satisfaction, but also helping e-commerce companies to be more efficient in the future.
As you have so much experience in this field, if you were to choose one piece of advice for those young entrepreneurs now watching that are planning to start an online shop, what would be that piece of advice in terms of customer support?
Well, I think this doesn't just count for customer support. I mean, I think in general the advice must be not to build the shop for the customer, but to build the shop around the customer's needs, because customer centricity is the key driver. We saw a lot of successful examples in this event, companies who are doing it right. So I think put the customer first, put yourself in the shoes of the customer, and with everything you do, not just in customer service, but also in logistics and so on, just put yourself in the shoes of the customer and think, okay, is this really the perfect solution for the customer? Will the customer want to pay then more from my company? Will he want to return? I think that's key for all the companies involved in e-commerce, in everything we do.
It's all about the customer.
Exactly, yeah.
Peter, such a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope I will see you next year as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to it. Thank you.